First of all, I'm going to ask you to talk us through some of your research and how you managed to uncover this new evidence.
As before, it is Chinese government documents on various levels, the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, different counties, and then state propaganda accounts of Uyghurs confessing, I used to be lazy. Now I am no longer lazy. The government has helped me. The government has transferred me to pick cotton and now can earn more money. We have evidence from government documents that in 2018, the state transferred well over 500,000 Uyghurs. And it's a scheme that was set up by Party Secretary Chen Quanguo, the same person who set up the police state and a mass campaign of internment in camps.
Can you talk us through some of the perhaps more anecdotal sides of this research? What specific stories have you uncovered and how deep does this problem run?
The problem is very deep because the Chinese state is trying to put the Uyghurs to labor. They need to be busy and preoccupied. Children are being separated from parents in boarding schools. Parents are being put to full-time work because if you work in a Chinese factory or on a cotton field, you can't go to a mosque and you can't participate in traditional community or religious activities. Evidence shows that government work teams, 70,000 officials each year, are descending on Uyghur villages. They're asking in advance how many people are needed to pick cotton in the fields this beforehand. They go, according to media reports, they go to every household, knock on doors even several times, perform thought indoctrination and transformation. Accounts show lots of even elderly Uyghurs lined up to pick cotton because so many of the young ones are in internment camps. Account speaks of Uyghurs confessing, oh, I used to be lazy, but now I'm willing to pick cotton. It is grueling work and fairly poorly paid. In the past, a lot of this work was performed by Han Chinese labor migrants who were trying to earn some money. But now the government is pushing them out of the cotton picking, preferring to use Uyghurs in order to create social stability.
Now, how much of a game changer do you hope that your findings will actually be?
Well, before there was all kinds of talk about the internment camps and the lack of ethics of the police state from Xinjiang. There was evidence of forced labor in manufacturing, including in textile and garment making. But now we are talking the raw material, the picking of cotton. 20% of the world's cotton production is now directly implicated in forced ethnic minority labor. In my opinion, this is a huge game changer. Nobody who cares or claims to have anything ethical in their business, in their supply chains, they now have to fully divest from all this. And that's going to take a big effort, and it's going to probably increase the cost for the consumer. But this is the first time that this human rights atrocity is so directly going to affect us as individual consumers. And I really hope that's going to really also increase the awareness.
Now, the ICC in The Hague has refused to investigate these claims that you've made. What do you make of that move? And is China perhaps behind that?
This is simply for reasons of the legal framework, which is limited by the fact that China is not a party to the ICC. It has nothing to do with the actual situation or the evidence. There is no lack of evidence. There is a lack to the ICC, and therefore the ICC says they have no jurisdiction to investigate. This shows also the limitations of our multilateral institutional framework. At the United Nations, we have a similar situation. There, China is playing elite co-optation, influencing leadership, elites and other countries at the United Nations to support even its own definition of human rights. We therefore have an urgent situation. Like the European Union and individual countries need to do something. We need to enact laws. We need to implement sanctions. We need to legislate and control the fashion industry. And we need to hold the industry accountable to this.
Okay, Dr.